What is it about chloramines in people's drinking water that you're concerned about?
Chloramines are a combination of ammonia and chlorine. They sound really nice, don't they? But they're not nice. They are adding another harmful chemical into the water supply. We have done the research here at Rosamond Community Services District. We do not want to expose our people to this disinfectant in the water supply. Yes, we need a disinfectant. We need to make sure the water is safe. But introducing chloramines, in my opinion, is adding a thief into your house. A potential thief to steal your health, a potential thief to break down all of your equipment in your house. People have researched it in LA County as well, other water districts, and they again agree with us that chloramines are not the best choice for your water disinfectant.
And would you like to see these all out of California?
I would like to see all of chloramines removed from the state of California. The evidence is mounting very much that it is a negative to our environment and to our health and to our homes. And we must get this negative out of our lives. There's better choices. We can filter the byproducts that are bad out of the water supply. We can use a different type of disinfectant, or we can filter the water and get good quality water where you're not going down to the market afraid to drink the water and buying bottled water to feed your family. Bottled water should not be necessary in the United States. We should have really good, safe, clean drinking water in our tap.
Do you think that chloramine should be removed from all California public drinking water supplies?
Yes, I do. I believe chloramine should be removed because there's not enough evidence out there that demonstrates that chloramines are safe for human consumption. Remember, it's a combination of ammonia and chlorine, and that breaks down in your body, and it can do a lot of harmful things in your system. So yes, let's get chloramines out. Let's put in a safer disinfection, filter the water, get the organics out. Let's take care of our water supply. Let's give the people in California what they deserve, a safe, clean drinking water.
But I understand some public systems don't even use ammonia. They use granulated carbon already.
Right, they use a granulated activated carbon in large vats to remove the organic material out of the water and clean it up that way, and then they remain with chlorine to disinfect the water to make sure the water is clean and safe for the consumer. They have looked at their infrastructure, they have looked at the health of their people, they've looked at the research, the emerging science on the bad side effects of chloramines, and made a very good quality decision for their people, just as Rosamond has done in saying, no, we do not want to put ammonia into our water supply. So other districts have as well. There is, according to the EPA, somewhere between 68 million and 100 million Americans only on chloramined water. There's lots and lots of people that have, water districts that have rejected the use of chloramines quietly and are using other alternatives. And there are good quality alternatives to chloramines that we could use.
Well, there must be some cost reason that everyone doesn't use the good system.
Yes, there is. And that is a very interesting study that I read. There is a federal study that really recommends that the water rates be kept as low as possible for the consumer. And that's all well and good. But when you look at cheapest is always better, we know that that's not always the case. We certainly don't look at that when we're buying cars or houses. We buy what we want, our appliances. So when the water purveyor says, oh, I'm going to go with the cheapest way possible to meet the regulatory standards of the EPA, that is not always the best decision. Granulated activated carbon filtration will cost more, but when we evaluated the costs, we had costs of our infrastructure deterioration with chloramines that we'd pass on to the consumer, the deterioration to our water waste sewer treatment plant that we would pass on to the consumer, the costs of our water pipes, sewer lines, our pumps, our lift stations, all will be attacked by the chloramines in the water supply. That cost will pass on to the consumer. Meters, valves, then the homeowner's plumbing themselves is a cost. The school district replacing their plumbing probably when leaks happen, that will be passed on to the consumer. So where do you draw the line? The actual cost of injecting ammonia into your water supply, or the unintended consequences of the deterioration of everything that comes into contact, including, I believe, our human body, that is an immeasurable amount of money that is the true cost of chloramines, not just, oh, the water district is just going to throw a little ammonia in and that's cheap and we're okay. That is not even the initial cost of chloramines, but that's the excuse that's often given by water districts. Oh, this is cheaper, so we're keeping our water rates low for you. And they forget to tell you about all the maintenance bills that are coming.
That's all well and good. If you were to give me a percentage of how much my water bill would increase if I used carbon instead of ammonia, could you do that? Just in rough terms. In
rough terms, I've heard some estimates, it's about people's bottled water bills.
Okay.
So if you pay $40 to $60 maybe more a month in bottled water, it could be that much. It could be less. It could be $20 more a month, which is, I've heard that number batted around as well. It would depend on the amount of organics they're removing from your water, how dirty the rotting, decaying matter and animal life that's in the water, how much is there that needs to be removed.
Sure.
If you're on well water, you don't have that problem with the GAC and filtration.
Sure.
We're basically talking about surface water. So if a water company blends water, like blending well water and clean surface water, and maybe they take in some summer water that's kind of dirty, then they know they're going to just be filtering the particularly dirty water and treating it, and that's where your costs are. So the costs will vary depending on your water supply, but it can be anywhere from $10 to $12 more a month to up to $60, depending again on your major water sources and how dirty it is and how much GAC filtration it's going to take.
Well, I think I understand in rough terms kind of what you're driving at. You haven't spoken much about health. What's it going to do to my poor old body here?
Well, I'd love to address that, and we've covered a lot of good information on this segment. I'd like to go to another segment, encourage everyone to go to the segment I'm going to make on health effects of chloramines, what I believe people are suffering from as a direct result of the chloramines in their water supply. So please click on chloramines and see what maybe your health is being impacted by the chloramines in your water supply.